Good evening and welcome to Insperience. Inviting you to sit comfortably, taking this time as a time for reflection. And when I reflect, that doesn't mean I close my eyes. It means quiet time, to have some quiet thoughts. Quiet thoughts inside. Throughout the day, I always have thoughts. In this quiet time, I'm learning to have a different kind of dialogue inside. The kind of dialogue that allows me to slow down. The kind of reflective thoughts that allow me to have clarity. That emerges very gentle feelings inside. Feelings that are actually natural to me. But because I have become quite disconnected to myself, so pulled into doing, this innate capacity to feel peace, to be in that state of peace, to be in that state of ease and freedom, feels so far away. This gentle dialogue I have during this quiet time it's helping to create an inner environment for something so natural in me to emerge. The way I feel I am in a space that's comfortable, that's safe. Naturally, that feeling of peace, that feeling of slowing down emerges. And so it's my inner world cultivating my inner world to be like a home, a space of safety, a space of patience and acceptance. So that the natural me easily emerges. That's why I don't need to close my eyes for this quiet time. And it would be very ideal for me to have the courage to keep the eyes open so I can learn to be able to have this gentle dialogue inside in my day-to-day life. Because my inner world matters so much, not just at this quiet time, but all the time. And I want to learn little by little how to cultivate my inner world, protect my inner world, sustain my inner world. I'm in this quiet space wherever I am, just an observer looking through these eyes, not so much pulled into the details of what I see with these eyes, but more interested in what I'm thinking about, what I'm reflecting on. And I can hear with these ears the music in the background, the voice that guides my thoughts. Me, the one observing, the one who's thinking, the one who's conscious and alert, the one who's listening. And as I am observing, slowing down, being aware of what I'm reflecting on in my thoughts, gently learning to be in this space where I am. It helps me to transition from where I am, transition into a gentler, slower state of being, instead of trying to cut off where I am at, instead of suppressing where I am at, how I am. Being an observer helps me ease into a quieter pace within, knowing that this slowing down is something that I'm so drawn to. Slowing down. I don't try to think myself into this gentle ease. It just naturally happens when I am here being that observer. Me, the observer, the one sitting behind the center of the forehead. Where the thoughts originate. That's where I am, because I'm the one who's thinking, me, the being. However I am, whatever I am, even if I feel very physical or feel more subtle, I am the living being, looking through these eyes, hearing with the ears, thinking, reflecting. But more where I am grounded and centered when I slow down. This gentle ease allows me to recharge, not drain with wasteful thoughts. But as if I'm suspended in this quiet stillness. Stillness where there's simplicity, a pause. I still exist. I'm still aware. But I ease into this quiet space where there is no time, no roles, no stories, no past, present, and future. The timeless me just being, getting back to just being me, a being of consciousness. No show, no need to prove anything. I can just recharge. That's all I need to do. Full permission for myself. This is the timeless me. I'm a spark of life. What it feels like to be independent from the pulls of physicality, free from all that is temporary, where I meaningfully feel all of that of physicality is trivial. So I develop this power of really seeing and feeling reality. This power is essential, and why I want to feel it while I'm very much awake and alert, accessing this eternal sense of me the being, without this costume, this temporary story. Because this power of feeling reality, I touch it again and again. It allows me to let go through the day. It allows me the power to separate myself, not reject, but distinguish myself from all that is temporary. much a living being. And it's not enough to just cultivate this on my own. I need the company of one who always remembers the real me. Because the resistance inside can be very strong. The resistance from many past experiences. The resistance of having been so used to thinking I'm physical, feeling I am physical. There is only one being who holds a memory of me, a memory that never changes, a knowing that never fluctuates. The only being, the only soul who never forgets the way I do, the way that everyone else does, the way we all must as we go on our journey. The only being who reserves this memory of me, whose part is to reawaken me. To merge that memory deep in me of who I really am. That I really am a living being. I really am a soul. And that one who remembers who I am. Because he remembers who I am, awakens me, awakens that awareness, that memory. In other words, he creates me, and yet I always exist. I just forgot who I am. Some call him God, some call him Shiva, some call him Prabhu, Allah. The one we turn to. At the lowest times in our life. Because there's this deep, deep memory in me. That I think of him. I look to him. When there's no one else I can look to. A deep, deep memory that I've lost myself. The one who is also a soul like I am. His awareness of being a soul never changes. And so his state of being never changes, constant. Because he's constant, he stays in simplicity, no fluctuation. So no sense and experience of the changing of time. And so he remains immortal, eternal in his sense of self. Constantly stable in that sense of being. And so always constantly in that state of truth. No complications, no confusion, no expansion. Always real. And so always in that state of silence. It's a very rich silence. And his silence completely recharges me, draws me back to that deep memory of what I used to feel like. I am a soul. I just don't remember. And it's a deep memory. I am awakening. A memory I need to foster and protect. This silence is who I am. It's not just that I feel silence, but I am a being of silence. Just like my spiritual parent. It's not just that I have feelings of peace. I am a being of peace. This is the real me. And as I sit in this true state of me, gently all that is false, all of that loosens, all that is false loses its grip on me. The heaviness, the attachments, the sense of realness, of physicality as being my sense of definition. So I sit in this silence, me, a being of silence, with my spiritual parent, also a being of silence. Stable, simple, light.
Breathe on me, breath of life. Shake the dust from the stars tonight. Light a candle in my name. Together maybe we could learn to change. The gift of silver becomes the gift of gold. The deepest secrets will unfold.
That marks the end of tonight's session.
By the rising sun, and all the earth will sing.
Thank you for joining us this evening. You're more than welcome to join on the same channel in 5 minutes, 7:35. We have Raj Yoga Essentials. Otherwise, our next session is on Saturday. We have Raja Yoga course in English, 2 half days, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock on Saturday, Sunday this weekend. We just entered the Calgary events page, the center events page, if you wish to register. Registration is required so that you can get an online link to join the session. Otherwise, we also have Inner Fitness and Insperience. So 1 o'clock is Insperience on Saturday, followed by Inner Fitness at 2 p.m. on Saturday. And that is the topic of a good heart. Thank you for joining us. Om Shanti.